Hi, I'm Jonathan Shealy from the Spiffy Web team, and in this video we'll be discussing how to mass remove roles from a user in DNN. So by default, every user that is created in DNN is set up with a subscriber role, and you can see that by looking into Manage and Subscribers. But that might not be a role that's required for you. Really, only you care about is if they're registered or not, and you no longer have any use for this subscriber role. So in order to remove that, we just need to create a simple module that can facilitate that. So I've created a module here with a remove button that created a form here for removing a button, linked it up to remove role. And we're simply just going to call that function. And spit out that message. So if we go back into here, create a remove role function, and we're good to go. So in order to access the things we need, we're going to need a couple of using statements here. We'll need to know the user's entities class, security for the roles, as well as a common utilities function, and get to that then. So once you have all your using statements in place, we just need to get a list of all the users in the DNN portal. So to get that, we just create a new array list of users and request from the user controller all the users from the portal. And we just have to feed it the portal ID, which again comes from the portal module base. So there we go. Now that we have our list of users, we just need to instantiate the role controller. To access the roles that we need for that user. Now that we have the role controller, we just need to loop through all our users. So now to check to see if whether or not the user is actually in the subscriber role, simply do an if statement on u.isInRole, and just feed it the text value of that subscriber's role. And if it equates, we know that we need to do something about that. So we'll instantiate a role info class to get the details of the role, the subscriber role. So the reason why I instantiated the role controller is one of the functions of the role controller is to get role by name. Fortunately, this is not a shared method that's available without instantiating the role controller. So in order to do that, simply just give it the portal ID and again the text name. Now we have an instance of the role info object, and we can just go ahead and delete that from the user. So we don't need to instantiate the role controller here for this. And just use delete user role and pass it in the user info object, the role info object, as portal settings, which again comes from portal module base. And then whether or not you want to notify the user. This will send an email to the user letting them know that they have been removed from the role. If you don't want that, simply remove them. Same thing can work in reverse. If you want to add users to a specific role, we can get the user role, and we can access the role controller and use the method of user role, and simply pass in user role, the role info, portal settings once more, the effective date and the expiration date. If you do not want to have any kind of deadlines or start date, you just want to have it happen now and happen forever, you can just null these out using the null class and give it a null date. The null class comes from the common utilities. And then the user ID is the user ID of who is actually adding this, so you can actually see whoever's logged in by using another property from the portal module base for the logged in user ID, and again, if we want to notify the user, which we would not. So in this case, we're not actually going to be adding, we're just going to be removing, so we don't need that function. That's all there is to it. Save that. Go back to our program. Refresh. Remove subscribers. Press back complete. Now if we go ahead and look at user accounts, check out our user, you'll see subscriber is gone.